Welcome back. That was Paul Kipkeino Classics, a renowned 3,000-meter steeplechase athlete. Gone are the days when they would rule the athletic scene, the 3,000-meter steeplechase, and of course with the likes of Ezekiel Kemboi, Babayao, Brimin, Kipruto, very big names are coming up on the same. But now a new sensation in the 3,000 meters steeplechase women, Faith, coming out very strong, and we can just continue praying for her to post better times and continue, making Kenya proud. As mentioned earlier on, we switch gears from tennis to matters athletics, and this time round, the focus is on the ABSA Kipkeino Classic that's coming down next weekend at the Ulinzi grounds, that's Ulinzi complex from the traditional Nyayo National Stadium. We are privileged and honored to be joined this afternoon by Mr. Barnabas Korir, BK. Barnabas Korir is a man who needs no introduction at all from an athletics point of view. Personally, I believe anything athletics passes through his hands turns to gold. He's seen it all, he's done it all. Looking at some of his yesteryear photos when he was running, you just, get impressed at how he started it all. Mr. Barnabas Korir, tournament director, the man behind the ABSA Kipkeino Classic with us this afternoon. BK, Chairman, Mr. Korir, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Apidi.
Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
Nice to see you. I know it's been so hectic. You've been a busy man, running up and down, trying to coordinate all from the world relays. The team jetted back. I saw you at the airport, getting the team, posting some very good timings. Now you switch gears to ABSA Kipkeino Classic. You always touch one, you're done with this, you go to the next. I know after this, you'll be talking about Tokyo trials and stuff. How has it been for you?
Bidi, I think. You pulled me from the stadium this morning.
I know.
This afternoon, sorry.
Yes.
I think, to be honest with you, it has been very, very difficult. Sometimes, of course, it is a lot of fun. We are used to doing it from athletics point of view. The team that we have from Athletics Kenya has done a tremendous job. I think, as always, you indicate that AK is the most organized federation in this country, which is true. If you consider the number of events, the activities as we do, is amazing. We have 5 international events that are happening in Kenya. And apart from that, we have also other local activities that we have throughout the year. So I think what we do is amazing. How we do it, I don't know sometimes. Every time you do an event, you say, I don't know whether this one is going to go through. But eventually, the dynamism from the team that we have in AK is amazing. Mm-hmm. And of course, we have the leadership of General Tuwe and his executive members. We have the structures that goes all the way to the grassroots. We have the institutions that work together seamlessly. And that is why you have an institution that sometimes people look at it and say, how do these people do that? And we have every time top athletes coming out and doing so well. It's not just because of luck. Most of the things that we do here is organized from January to January, so that our athletes who are training in the grassroots, working very closely with the Minister of Education, ensuring that we coordinate with the institutions like KDF, the police, the National Prison Service, all those, including now KWS, which are also coming on. But it's amazing how it is done. But it goes down to the leadership that we have through the general, and then, of course, the respect that emanates from the grassroots all the way to the top. That's why you find that the engine is well-oiled, and we will not have a problem organizing an international event like Kipkeino. We have support from the bottom, so we can only be seen because we are in the forefront. But the team behind is amazing.
You've mentioned, a well-oiled machine, and definitely it is a well-oiled machine, all pistons firing, and you can clearly see the work being put right from the top, like you've mentioned it, from General to the executive members, all the way from the grassroots, because there is an athletics meet nearly in every sub-county, or in every county you will hear, this weekend we are in this county, this weekend we are in Nakuru, next is, Eldoret, Nairobi, Thika, and stuff. From an ABSA Kipkeino Classic, we saw the launch, happening this week. What's the status like in terms of preparations? Would we say it's all systems go?
Abidi, I think you saw it for yourself. The support from ABSA as a sponsor, the government led by the CS of Sports, Honorable Salim Boria, with his peers, Elijah Mwangi, and the entire team from the ministry. We have also the entire team from Athletics Kenya, the media. That turned up, which I was really surprised because it was full. So it shows that people really love this sport. But what we do is to make sure that we deliver to the Kenyans to see the support that they give us is translated into something that they are proud of. We want to show the world that Kenya not only produces the best of the best athletes in the world, contributes to the development of athletics in the world, but then we can also organize events that can also attract people from outside the country, from other countries to come and earn the prizes that is equivalent to what they offer outside, so that nobody outside there can imagine that Kenyans are just coming to collect money and go back to their country. We are also worrying, giving them a chance to come and earn, especially the sprinters from other countries, US, Jamaica, Britain, Italy, all those. The field events that they have, they can come now and compete here and go home with the prize. Our athletes will go to their countries, they also do well, they beat them, they are also beaten. So it creates, a synergy in sports that endures all over the world. So we are proud to be part of this system and networking of athletics, and that Kenya now is playing a bigger role in giving out to the world that yes, you can come and earn the prizes. And thanks to the sponsors like ABSA, we are also appreciative of our government that they have actually come out and put the money where it should be, so that our athletes can earn, and at the same time the economy can grow. We attract people to come into this country, investors coming also. If you go to the areas that where we
happening around athletes positioning themselves and getting into it, I know their success stories. Number one, we saw the ABSA Kipkeino Classic first edition happening in Kasarani. Moved from Kasarani to Nyayo Stadium. Nyayo Stadium, we saw the fans turn out in large numbers despite the harsh weather, the rains then, really enjoyed themselves. This time around, we are seeing the change to Ulinzi Complex. Has the change affected you and, the rest of the team in terms of preparations in any way?
In one sense, yes. Another, no. The issue now which can affect us is the movement from Nyayo Stadium to Ulinzi, starting all over again, because the technical officials were aware where they have put the instruments and equipment and everything. Now you have to go and learn the whole place. And of course, the issue now when you go to Ulinzi, the numbers will not be as huge as Nyayo Stadium, because in Nyayo we had almost 30,000. In Ulinzi we'll have maximum of 10,000 spectators. So you can see the difference. However, because Ulinzi is compact and it is well structured, it is a very, very nice small stadium, which really, if it is compacted and full, it will give an ambience which is amazing.
Completely different.
Because it comes very close to where the athletes are. It's not big, huge, where the spectators are far. It's just like you're touching the athletes when they're running. So, and you can see everything clearly. So it is going to be electrifying, and very exciting for spectators to watch. So we want most of the Kenyans to turn up, so that you can fill that stadium, show the world what you can do. Sports also allows us to forget the problems that we are facing.
So many.
So in the weekend, you just can get out of those problems that we are facing and just come and cheer. It is passionate, it is emotional, and that is how it really assists us also to go through the daily problems, struggles that we go through, and then we can see now some of our top athletes participating in the home ground.
Chairman, as we look at the athletes coming up, the success stories that have been with ABSA Kipkeino Classic, we've seen top athletes come in. We saw Zakari Richards, of America, come run at Kasarani. Last year, we starting faster, 200 meters, ended up winning the Olympic 200 meters gold medal. We've seen lots of success come with ABSA Kipkeino Classic. Is there a dream that we can see it being elevated into a Diamond League meet?
To be sincere, Bidi, is that this Kipkeino Classic has been instrumental in having a startup for some of the top athletes in the world at the moment. We have Ednano Manyala, he started here when he ran and beat Bednarek and the others. We had Tebeko being the first one as under 20 competing in Nairobi here and eventually running the race. He has done very well. And you saw Nairobi, if you relate now with Kipkeino Classic and the under 20 that we had here, is actually synonymous with the successes that we have seen also with our young people. So what we have seen is that some of the top performances that we had last year, which actually during the close of the season remain intact, we still, we had a time was very good. And that's why the sprinters from different parts of the world, they prefer to run in Nairobi here because they get faster times that they might not even attain in other events. So Kipkeino Classic is a preeminent event that, apart from attracting for the purpose of competing, most of the athletes, especially from America, they always wish to come to Africa, back to the homeland. That's what they always say, And when they are in Nairobi, they feel good. They feel at home, and they always visit the National Park, Nairobi National Park. They go also to the museum and other high-end areas where also it speaks the culture of this nation. So they love Kenya. And, the city itself also is so modern that they get even surprised when they're here. That the imagination that those who have never been here before, they look at Nairobi and they say, but it's even more modern than some areas. They see the hotels, you cannot even compare. The hotel they will be staying is a 5-star here. The hotel, they have been staying here. Compared to the other hotels they normally stay here, I can tell you that because I've been in most of those, our hotels are super.
Correct.
The accommodation they get, the hospitality they received when they are here is unforgettable for them. So in one way or the other, sometimes we are harsh to ourselves, but then we are so nice to the foreigners, which also gives a very, very positive reflection of our country. If we tell them that we are having our small problems, they don't believe it, because Kenyans are so nice people when it comes now to dealing with people outside. And that is the way it should be. We want to welcome our visitors. We want to show our kind heart, the positive side about ourselves, which is really good at times, and then of course our own problems we can always sort it out. But what we want to do as Kenyans is to propel an image that is really positive outside there. That supports the culture of our athletes. The respect that we have in this country is 90% through our ambassadors who are the athletes, sportsmen and women. The sportsmen and women of this country, either being in rugby or in football or in athletics. This is a country that is so dynamic in sports that actually they can achieve a lot. And that is why even when I was an athlete, I have never seen a country that it is athletes or it is people are respected so much than in Kenya. Nobody can come and tell me it's a country that that is respected so much as far as athletes are concerned than Kenya. There is none. That's why you see even during the Olympics, you saw the band.
Yes.
Even the top of the top athletes in the world, they were wearing Kenyan. So why is it that we cannot even realize we are so important? You find that everybody is wearing. But you see, it is not only that we have those bands, Kenyans had it only there. There are many other countries who had it. But you see, the top athletes chose to put on the Kenyan band. What is the reason that they chose to put on the band? Wow. It is because of the love they have for this country. And we have to maintain that to show. And our ambassadors should also continue showing that face that people say.
Chairman,
yes.
Yes, as very well put. As we look into that, you've mentioned different sports, athletics, football, rugby, which means that there is so much first vice president's position. Status of the NOC elections?
The issue yesterday, a notice of the culmination of the final electoral process, which we didn't finalize, on the 19th. So that agenda for the election is only done on the 19th, as we have already proposed that one. Beside that, we still have to go through the process of really understanding on how we are going to approach it, whether the problems that stopped us from having election has already been agreed upon and solved. So we are hoping, personally I'm hoping that we can sort that out so that we don't continue engaging ourselves in the position that will stop us from holding elections. We must hold the election so that we give opportunity to our athletes who want to continue preparations. We have next year this Youth Olympics
in Senegal.
Mm-hmm. Thereafter, we have the Commonwealth Games also next year. Then athletics will be having in World Championship in 2027, Olympics in 2028, and so forth and so on. And in between, we have so many other activities going on. So do we really allow that to hamper the development of sports in this country because of the elections? So we need to arise above that, and we sit down. We are traced, and then we say, okay, let us compete. This is about run. It's like running. It's like rugby. You go and play, and you accept the outcome. You go and run, and you accept the outcome. You play football, and then when you are at par in the final whistle, then you go and replay again. If you go at par again, it means now you go for a shootout to determine who is the winner. Do you come and refuse the result?
Chairman, I didn't know you go to a shootout.
I know.
But now I know. Yeah. Well done. Your grasp of sports in general in the country. Wishing you all the best, and of course all the candidates going in for the different positions at National Olympic Committee. You've called out a calendar that really needs NOC to be in place as early as tomorrow, so that programs can be put in place to get better results from a Kenyan point of view, because NOC is directly involved. World Youth Olympics, in Senegal, you have the Commonwealth Games, all that needs NOC input. Then, of course, other programs. From an ABSA Kipkeino Classic point of view, your message to Kenyans out there, how is the entry? Is it free? Is there a small charge? Because I know if you leave it free, that stadium will be packed as early as 10 in the morning, and it could be another problem for you as the organizers.
As a director of this event, I've had it for the last 6 years. We have seen the conditions that allow us to either charge or not to charge. But what I'm trying to convince the Kenyans is that can we change our mentality so that at one time we also think about giving out something. I know the economic conditions might be very difficult. It's not only us, it is almost everywhere. But you see, we have to move away from the issue of getting things for free. Thinking about free things is what is also already putting us in problems, major problems, because we are always thinking that I must get this free. It should never be like that. We have to change that mentality. Because the moment you think free things, you will never even work hard to achieve what you should be achieving. But if you know that you have to earn, just like the way athletes are running, then you will wake up very early in the morning to go and work hard to earn a living, not to get things for free. What I'm saying, Abidi, is very simple. We have camps. Nobody else is supporting us other than the government, giving us the money to start these camps. Unless Kenya has done this bit to ensure that everything that is done is according to the plan, the resources that the government gives us is seen through what we produce to the camps. The support that we also work very closely with the schools, because we have the camps in the schools, is the money that we get is goes directly to the school, and the school managers, we manage the athletes, and we give all the support that is necessary. What you are saying, the government cannot buy the shoes for everybody. AK cannot buy shoes for everyone or clothes for everyone. What you are saying is, we always do a fundraising. When there is something, when it's a problem, you see everybody contributing. We are saying now that if we get something for this charge at the kid, that money will definitely go to the buying of the shoes for these kids. We have identified the schools that they really need help. We have bought for some, There's some which are remaining because the money and the resources is not enough, because we cannot only say the government should do ABCD. We cannot say AK should do ABCD. We can say also Kenyans contribute something for a child somewhere in Abu primary schools in Turkana. We have Kichiwetenga in the coast, in Mombasa primary school. We have another one in Garissa. We have one in Putalangi. We have others in Western and in Nyanza. Those schools that might not be able to have, and these kids want to run. If we get that money, we buy the shoes, and we will declare how much money we get. We buy those shoes. It's very simple to know. If one shoe is 3,000 shillings, we know. If we make 2 million, that is 600 students that benefits. And it makes a lot of difference. I have seen it myself. I have given them shoes. It does make a lot of difference. So that's what we want.
Thank you very much, Chairman. We will be coming up in numbers to support, and let's give in kidogo kidogo. By the end of the day, it also gives us a sense of ownership that you're part of the same. Chairman, thank you very much for making time. I'm told time is not on our side. Yes. We have to go into other programming, schedules, and wish you all the best. And we'll be keeping an eye and letting Kenyans know. Remember, the ABSA Kipkeino Classic coming up next weekend at the Ulinzi grounds that's along Langata Road. All Kenyans, karibuni sana. There is a small fee just to give us and make us also part of it. Thank you very much, Chairman. Wishing you all the best. On behalf of everyone who's been behind this transmission, the transmission controller, the director, the producer, the cameraman, the camera ladies, the sound technicians, we want to say thank you very much for having kept us company. Let's make it as sporty weekend. From me, as I always say, bye-bye for now. And keep it ABC Channel 1, the True Sport Pass.